Hi everyone, this is Deb Tim and welcome to my channel. I hope you take a minute to subscribe because I've got some really exciting stuff coming up. This is actually the first part of a new little group of videos I'm doing on the new construction of my pond. And it is going well, but I'm telling you, I just don't have a lot of time for YouTube with all the work that's involved. So this will just get you started to see where we're at right now. So please stay tuned. This is where my pond is going. The spray painted area is 14 feet by 10 feet. Then this triangle here between the pond and the deck will be where I have a little seating area. I will be having a couple lawn chairs and that white table way over there. Steve and his son are here breaking ground. This is so exciting for me. He has a huge truck to take the excess dirt away. It's parked in the driveway, so it's very handy. They're hoping to manage to get it all in one load, but it could take more. After about 3 hours of digging, the guys are nearing the last scoops of dirt. It's looking pretty boring right now. It looks enormous and it isn't as deep as I first wanted. I was going for 4 feet deep, but it's 3.5 feet deep. It's looking more like a swimming pool. I will have to be going in the pond at some point. The pond doesn't look quite as deep with the rubber liner. The liner is 20 feet by 25 feet and the pond is 14 feet by 10 feet, giving me lots of play for my depth of 3.5 feet. Before installing the liner, we did install an underliner so that the liner itself would be protected. It actually went in so easy. We just laid the liner on the side of the pond, picked up the corners, and drew it across. It seemed to fall in place like magic. When the pond was about half full, it began raining, and I mean raining hard. I secured the liner with bricks as it got pretty windy and was flapping the liner edges. I didn't want it falling in the pond. It was good it rained because I was in need of a good rest. I am driven and often just won't stop until I drop. The problem is I expect the same from my helpers. I know that's expecting too much. Hubby reminds me of that often enough. The next step, I went to the stone mason outside of town and picked out each of these flagstones one by one. I was looking for flagstones that were 12 to 16 inches in size. So while the pond was filling, I worked on laying all the flagstone around the pond. There was a skid in the back of hubby's truck. He took Daisy, my car, to work so I could unload the stones. Believe me, it was hard work. I think the hardest part was getting those flagstones off of the truck bed. Once they were all in place, I washed them down. Not too smart, as that caused dirt to fall into the pond. I did wash the first few on the driveway, but I found handling them twice was just too much work. I'm very happy how the pond is coming along. It's hard work, but will be well worth it when it's all finished. I chose 50 flagstones, and I'm telling you, my guesstimation was pretty on point. Taking a break from my rock work, I decided to work on the waterfall. I used the bricks that I was using to secure the liner during the rain. I stacked them up at the corner and got my pump running to see how it's going to look. Nothing is set in stone, pardon the pun. I will probably change things up with the waterfall. I just wanted to see how it would look and get the pump running. My next job was hauling the river rock from the driveway to the pond. I had ordered 2 cubic meters of Algonquin river rock to be delivered. I could only bring a half a wheelbarrow at a time as it was such heavy work. I do still have weed barrier to lay down in some areas, but I am able to move some of the river rock over to the pond. You know, with all the hard and heavy work this is taking, I have enjoyed every single moment of it. Just seeing my pond come together and my vision being realized makes me feel so proud of this accomplishment. This is the fountain pump that I'm going to be adding to the center of the pond as a water feature. I have this box it's on, and it will go into the pond, giving the pump the height it needs to clear the surface of the water. I will have to get into the pond to set this up, so I'm waiting for a warmer day. I don't know yet which head I will use. I have several different ones, but I think I'm leaning toward the one that makes a bubble. I do have a large sprinkle head too, so whatever I decide, I will be stuck with it because I don't plan on making any adjustments once it's set up. Then the little spout on the side, I'm going to connect my water jug, and it will sit on the flagstone on the corner of the pond, trickling water into the pond. I will also be securing this pump to the box with cable ties. Here's a last look at the fish in my 100-gallon tub pond in the family room. The dojo loaches will be staying behind. I will be getting some fancy goldfish as tank mates for them. The others are all going to be absolutely loving their new home. I have about 30 fish in here. I do want to get a few more koi for the pond at some point. For now, we'll see how these guys get along. I do have 4 koi in this group, and the rest is made up of comet goldfish and shibunkins. So I think these are going to be a good start to my new pond. You can see how murky the pond is looking. It's because of me washing the stones. We had our 2 granddaughters over for a sleepover on the weekend while I was doing all this work. They were so excited. They wanted to add the fish. Well, having me wrapped around their little fingers, we added the fish to the pond. Now you can barely see them in there. I'll just add some quilt batting to the waterfall spill pot, and the water will be clear in no time at all. Since this pond is so much larger than my last pond, I really needed to upgrade my filter system. This filter is amazing. It pumps over 3,600 gallons per hour. That is running the water in this pond through the pump every hour. So it's ample for my needs. It is equipped with a UV light. There are 3 settings for the UV light: 6 hours, 12 hours, and 24 hours. I did have it set in the beginning for 24 hours, but now I have it set at 6 hours. If you keep it at 6 hours, the bulb will last you up to 5 years. It also has a red light that comes on when the pump needs to be flushed. I am very happy with this purchase. I'm sure this pump will do a great job in keeping my new pond clean. Having added the batting to the waterfall spill pot, the water is significantly cleaner. Just overnight, look at the huge improvement. The color has changed from a murky greenish brown to blue. Quilt batting is amazing and does a wonderful job. I use it on all my tanks and ponds. Now I did feed the fish a little bit so you could see them. I can clearly see the fish now right to the bottom of the pond. I'm really getting a kick out of seeing an orange school. I didn't realize they would do that. When the girls and I were adding the fish, we brought them out 2 or 3 at a time. They worried that the fish wouldn't find each other in such a large pond. It's fun that I can already enjoy my pond even though it's only about half finished. It's coming along so well. There's so much to do yet, but it's been fun to watch come together. You know, it'll probably be a work in progress for years and years to come. So until next time, this is Deb Tim signing out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful week. It's been really warm here the last few days, but it's going to get cold by the weekend. So I hope you enjoy the weather this week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.